Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the homestead. I'm Jessie. I'm the mama. And this morning I've got so much going on, I didn't even take time to primp. I put my hat on. We've got a lot to do today. I'm going to finish up the last of the strawberries. And we're going to experiment with this. How about, I found a recipe for a chocolate covered strawberry jam. It's going to be interesting. I don't like chocolate. Don't yell at me. So it won't be my favorite, but my rest of my family, all of my children love chocolate. So I thought, well, this is the very last of it for the year. Let's try it out and see how it goes. Once I get done with this, I have a bushel of apples to process. We're going to do some apple butter, and we're probably just going to can apples in a light syrup to use for whatever I want later because I've got apple pie filling already. That'll be on another video. So at any rate, let's get started. I have my big pot. I've got my clean little throwaway. This is my shop towel. Pro tip, y'all. I had a hard time finding them, but I found some again. Shop towels are awesome for any kind of canning because you can rinse them off, wash them out, wring them out, use them again while you're working, and it saves on laundry. And one of these will go a long way, but this is going to be for wiping my rims. Make sure you've got your jar lifter for when time comes. All of your jars are clean. Gotta have this. All of your ingredients are set out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give a list of what I'm using before I get started in case I forget. We need 6 cups of strawberries, 2 3/4 cups of cocoa powder. This calls for 1/3 of a cup of chocolate balsamic vinegar. I don't have chocolate balsamic vinegar, and I'm a little skeptical of that one. So I have a regular balsamic vinegar. I can't even say the word. And I went with a 1/2 cup, I think. A 1/2 cup would have been more. I went with a 1/4 cup. But it calls for 1/3 of a cup if you can find that kind of vinegar. I wanted to use a little less because I'm kind of skeptical on that one. It could be awesome. That's the same vinegar that I use in sweet onion jam. So you need, it actually calls for a box of the Sure-Gel Pectin, 1 teaspoon of butter, basically a pat of butter, so that we can keep the foam down, and 7 cups of sugar. I'm going to move y'all over and we're going to get busy. Okay, there's my pat of butter. We're going to add in our pureed strawberries. This is a little bit more than 6 cups, so I'm going to kind of have to watch. And it all comes out pretty fast. I learned this from last time. It always smells so good. Why are strawberries so good? Right. That's probably about right. I had it above the line, so I know I had more than 6 cups in there. Okay. Oh, I didn't get my... Pause that a second. Okay, we're going to turn this on to about a 9. I'm going to add the pectin. That's not pectin. That's the paper. Can you see inside good? We're going to stir it in. Get it all incorporated through really well. Kick out the berries that refuse to leave. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in. And this. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. Total experiment. I'm not going to use a whisk for that. I'm going to mix it with this. And thankfully, we've got plenty of time because this is good and cold, so it's going to take a little bit. So we're going to mix it in. Whoop. My hands are kind of asleep this morning. It does smell good. It's just a little weird. What do you think, Bear? You think that's going to be good? We'll sample it. I'm sure there'll be a little bit left in the pot to sample. See if we like it or not. Straighten the sides down. First time using cocoa powder in a jam ever. I'm going to grab this rubber one and I'm going to scrape my sides down a little better. This is just me. I don't want anything powdery left over when it comes time to put it in the jars. It almost smells like ice cream. It's kind of crazy. Does it smell like ice cream to you? Alright. As soon as it gets to boiling, we'll be right back with you. We're starting to get a little bit of bubbles. Don't get splattered. I just got splattered on my hand. Oh, there's a big one. Okay, I'm going to turn it down just a hair because that kind of hurts. Alright. I'm going to stir a little faster, and once I can't stop it, I'm going to add the sugar. It's flying out at me. Hear it popping? That was painful, man. Got me good. Alright, it's being pretty stubborn, so I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar. Dump it all at once. Bloop. And we're going to mix it in. Can you see through all the steam okay? He won't talk to me. But Mr. Bear is on the camera here. Alright. Well, that loosened it up quite a bit. I've got chocolate all over my stove now. Thank you. Alright, once this comes to a good boil that I cannot stop with my spoon, we're going to time it for 1 minute. Once that 1 minute's done, we'll set it over here and we'll start filling jars. It actually, you guys, this might be really cool. I cannot remember where I originally got this recipe from. I'm not sure if I got it off the Rebel Canners group. I can't remember for the life of me, or else I would give credit. So whoever invented this recipe or shared this recipe, thank you. I'm sorry I can't remember who you are. But it actually smells, and look, you could see the berries in there. It looks really good. This could be a hit. You gotta try new things every once in a while. Right, Bear? Well, he didn't answer me. I guess he likes to try new things. That one pop really got me. I even have a spot. That hurt. Always, always be careful. When it's that thick, you can get burned. My hands are pretty tough and that one hurt. And I've said it before and I will always say it again. Use a big pot. This pot's not very full. That's okay because you definitely want to contain what you're doing. You don't want it to overflow. You don't want it to pop all over you. Use the biggest pot you've got. Better safe than sorry, right? I'm not going to turn that back up. I turned it down to an 8 when it was popping me. Looking good, looking good. I kind of was worried it was going to look like mud, and I can see the red in there. So it's going to be pretty. You going to volunteer to try this when it's done? Are you? Speak to me, man. Are you going to try it? I think I've gotten like 5 or 6 ohs out of him so far. Oh. I can hear it. It's getting hotter, getting ready to start boiling. So, when we peel our apples for the next round, in case you're interested and would like to watch that video when it comes out, we're going to save our peels off our apples and make something out of it. So stay tuned to see what that's about. Alright. Can you hear it? It's coming. Whatever you do, do not stop stirring. Stir, 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 stir. Switch them hands when it gets hot. It's alright. Like a little chocolate strawberry volcano a while ago. Golly. Just when I think I'm caught up on my canning, I find something else to do. I'm going to go outside sooner or later. I haven't done an outside video in a long time. We need to go outside. We've got some cool stuff to discuss. I haven't even showed everybody the broccoli and the cauliflower. We got to work on the greenhouse. We need to go outside. What do you think, Bear? He says no. Too bad. Alright, it's coming. I know I said that a while ago, but I can really tell now. Alright, she's coming up to a boil. See it? I'm not stopping it with my spoon, so we're going to hit 1 minute. I'm going to go ahead and turn it down to an 8 now that it's boiling, just because this one seems to pop a little more than usual. Once this minute is up, we're going to transfer it over here very carefully so as not to get burned, and then we'll fill the jars. This is quite the concoction. Okay, we're less than 30 seconds. Hopefully you can even see it with all this steam. All right, 15 seconds. Just keep stirring, stir, stir, stir. Just keep stirring, just keep stirring. 5 seconds. Ooh, she's hot. All right, shut it off, shut down the stove. I'm gonna move it over here, and I'm gonna keep stirring for just about 30 seconds to a minute. All righty, I'm still stirring. Mr. Bear is working on my canner for me. Okay, I think she's about ready. Looks already starting to thicken up to set. This is gonna be cool, y'all. I can feel it. Chocolate covered strawberry jam. This is the last of my local grown berries. I believe, unless there's some in there in the freezer that I missed, this should be it. You know, sometimes things get lost in the freezer. You wouldn't know anything about that, right? You think you've used it all and you go in there. Or you think you have something and you go out there and it's gone and you already used it and you forgot you used it. That happens. And I try to be good and write it down. Put it handy. Nah, forget that. It don't work either. I'm curious to try it. Curious to try it. I have a couple of pints sitting here just in case I have more than the jars available in the pot. Once again, jars are an issue. I save all I can. I do have some friends and family that bring me the ones that they've used back so that I can refill it for them. And I sure appreciate that. You can bring it on over, Bear. We gotta turn it on. Sit on that canner carefully. Or on that. Yep. There you go. Put it on a 9 for me. Gotta get her ramping up. This jelly's hot, and that water's gotta be hot too. Not yet.
I don't know what's on here.
Okay. Don't need the lid quite yet. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Sometimes you just get tired of making the same old thing and you want to try something new. This had some sticker on it, and I scraped it and scraped it and scraped it. Using SOS pad trying to get that label off. It would not come off, and it's one of my labels. Sometimes they come off easy and sometimes they don't. And I'm not willing to drive 16 miles just to go get adhesive removers, so the jars are clean. They just have some residue from the stickers on the outside. Alright, let's see here what I need to do. I'm going to add a little more to a few of them, and I'm dripping. Drip, drip, drip. This would be cool for Valentine's. Why not? That's the big chocolate covered strawberry holiday, isn't it? Oh, I'm making messes. If you're not making messes, are you even really canning? It's not normal to have a perfectly clean kitchen. But I do advise cleaning up as you go. It makes it a lot easier. Wipe it down, don't leave it. Looks like it's already trying to set up pretty good. I'm just adding a little bit to the tops of these jars. I was a little conservative in filling them, and they need more. So, all right, now let's see how much I have here. Pouring it in. A little steamy. I don't have enough to fill the second pint, so it's just going to be what it is. All right. I have a dry towel here. I use to wipe this up. Sort of. I'm gonna grab my rack. Oh, a little hot. Okay. Get your clean towel. Make sure there's no nicks, no chips on the top of your jar, and make sure that these rims are good and clean. And good and warm. Woo. I mean, it smells really good, but I'm still a little concerned. I hope I didn't just waste six cups of strawberries. But I think it'll be fine. I'm just not a chocolate person. If you want to giggle, that's okay. I've been poked fun at for my whole life because I don't like chocolate. If it's mixed in with other things, I can eat it, but just to have chocolate, like chocolate ice cream, stuff like that. Ugh, no, thank you. No, thank you. Alright. Brand new lids and rings. Good and clean. Pretty warm. Has some steam coming off of her. Mr. Bear. Can't hear me. Let's get his attention in a minute. Hey, Mr. Bear. Will you go back and get me my jug of white vinegar? It's easy to find. It's right there. It's not even on a shelf back here in the back room. We're going to add a little bit of vinegar to the water. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. With these, I think I'm going to. Thank you, sir. Just a splash. Keeps that hard water down. I tend to do it more for jams than I do my regular canning. Because my regular canning, you know, it's no big deal. I just wipe it off. But I want my jams to be pretty. So, I mean, you're going to wipe it all off anyway. But sometimes that hard water really gets in there. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Going to bring this up to a boil. I'm not going to drop it yet. And we'll be back. Ready to drop this in. It's getting good and hot. Can you hear it? We'll make sure we got enough water. And actually, looks like I'm going to have to add just a little bit because of this pint. It's covered, but it's not covered enough. So I'm going to add a little more. Here we go. Hot water. Never, ever, ever add cold water. Always make sure it's hot. We want plenty of space above our jars. Not going to hurt for those to sit in there for a minute. Okay, I'm going to try to show you what it looks like without, you know, creating some sort of a disaster. See how they look in there? Make sure that water is over the jars and that you have enough to keep it that way while they boil. Okay, There's a bushel of apples underneath you. I'm having to work around that. Okay, at any rate, I'm going to drop the lid on this. Once it comes to a good roll and boil, we're going to process this for 10 minutes, and then we'll be back. We're going to sample it. There's a little bit left in the pot. Here, me in here to the pot so I can get you a little bit. Now, it's still pretty warm, so be careful. It's already starting to set up, so that's good. Take a taste. Good or bad?
Both.
That doesn't help me none. Is it good or bad? He doesn't like strawberries. Here you are, Ethan. Just be careful. It could be warm.
I don't know why, but it tastes like chocolate-covered blueberry muffins.
Good.
Good? Well, it's strawberry, not blueberry. Okay, good. But he doesn't like strawberries, so there we go. That's really good.
It's like a toasted strudel.
A toaster strudel?
I think it looks like a tastes like a chocolate-covered blueberry muffin.
Well, it's not a blueberry muffin.
I know.
So how were you going to explain that?
I don't know.
Look, he's in his jammies. Oh, there you go. He went back for seconds.
What?
Good?
Yeah.
Make you some toast. There's enough in there to put on toast if you want for breakfast. All right, Bear approves. He's eating the rest for breakfast. Look what he's done. That's a little messy. That's his breakfast, y'all. I think he likes it. Alrighty, 7 seconds. What we're gonna do, 2 seconds, 1 second. We're gonna kick the timer off. We're gonna shut the stove off. We're not gonna touch it. We're gonna wait till all of the steam and all of this bubbling completely calms down. Then we'll be back. It's been a little bit. So, I'm looking from oven mitt. Everything's pretty well calmed down. We're going to open her up away from our face. And this lid collects moisture, so I kind of give her a little opportunity to drain that off. Set it back here. I'll let it sit for a few more minutes just to prevent any siphoning and just to kind of let everything, we're just going to let it do its thing. And then, about 5 minutes or so, we'll pull them out. Here we go. Let's pull them out. Alright, now watch out. I don't want to drip hot water on your toes. You can stay, just watch out. It's a little drippy. Pop, you see it?
Hello.
It's pretty. You can come back this way if you want. Do it before I move the jar, though. So there you have it. Chocolate covered strawberry jam. Now, I did like it. It has a mild chocolate flavor. You can tell it's there. And it did add to the color. I like it. It's successful. But if you're really wanting, get this little bit of junk off there. If you're really wanting a more intense chocolate flavor, I'm sure that that's what that chocolate or dark chocolate balsamic vinegar is for. Maybe you can find it in your area. I had never heard of it before this. I'm just a simple country mama, simple country cook, you know. If you live in a more populated area, you might be able to find it a little bit easier than us. But I think if you do add that in, that it might make the chocolate flavor just pop a little bit more. But it's fine without it. I like it. This one didn't like it because he don't like strawberries. But I'm proud of him for trying it. He did try something different. So that's good. At any rate, I'd call it a success. Sure-Gel seems to be the most common pectin to find right now. We're not able to find the 2-packs like usual right now. Here, we'll see in the future. So I'm having to buy the singles when I can get them. But nowadays, it just is what it is. You do the best you can with what you got. Pop. Music, sweet music. One more. Music to my ears. Pop. Ping. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 half pints, and 1 pint, which would have equaled to 11 half pints. That's a pretty good batch. It seemed like it was going to set up really well. So, hopefully y'all enjoy it. I think it'll be a hit around here. Don't take his opinion for it.
Hey.
You want to send us off? Thanks for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Come back and see us again soon. Hopefully we'll get outside before too long. Do what you can right where you are.
Psalms 34 verse 8. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him.
Bye. Have a great day on the homestead. He's going to push the button.